The caller from Taylor's Village. The one who called about the corner. Yes, work should be done shortly in that area. Monday, myself and an engineer went out and I showed him the area. So some sleeping police, what we call them, or speed bumps, will be placed in that area.
Okay.
So work should be done shortly, so everything will be in place before school open.
That's some great news there, indeed.
Yes. This morning, the road signs are there to serve as warning, as the speed bump I just spoke about, that's a road sign, to all road users to ensure they are safe from potential driving hazard and situation. They also help to regulate the flow of traffic among vehicles as well as other road users, pedestrians and cyclists. Okay? And these signs, when they are placed, they are enforced by the police officers and traffic wardens. Because traffic warden falls under the national security and also under the licensing authority, which is the police, commissioner of police. So these signs are enforced by both police and traffic wardens. So when you see the traffic wardens out there enforcing the laws and you all want to embarrass them, that is bad, because they can take it before the magistrate. So when they're out there doing their work, I'm asking you to cooperate with them. The signs that are placed, especially on 4th Street, they have two signs, one on the east and one on the west. The one on the east is saying you can park there for 30 minutes. Anything over that, you're violating the traffic laws. And there you might be ticketed or asked to move on. 30 minutes on the eastern side. On the western side, you have no parking between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. After 7 p.m., you can park there. But some person think it's best to go and park there. Not because you have on your hazard light. You still park. You're still violating the law. So the hazard light doesn't mean anything. For someone who is offloading or unloading, yes, you have permission to park there to unload and offload. Not that you offload and then you stay there because you're offloading. You complete your transaction, you move on. Because after completing your transaction and you stay there, you're violating. So you have the permission to unload and offload there also. The signs, last week somebody called about the signs when they come into College Street gutter, the no right turn. The signs are placed in position that you can see. I took a drive across there again. And before you get to the College Street gutter, the one that tells you cannot turn right up into College Street, it is on the left side before you meet the gutter. The one to turn down, it is on the left side just by Glen Barrows or before you meet Glen Barrows. So they are there and they are showing you that no right turn on both sides. Also, by Wellington Road, the signs are placed there. You have one on the left side just before you meet the road by Miss Slack telling you cannot turn right into Leonard Dickinson Street. And when you're coming from the airport, there are one right by the gas station pointing right also that you cannot turn up into that street by Miss Slack. So the signs are there, they are placed there and they are visible. But some person when they're driving is that they're not concentrating what they're doing. So it's when they reach and they say, oh shucks, I didn't see. But the signs are placed correctly and they are visible for each person to see. Remember, the signs are there to regulate traffic. That's why the traffic lights also went down. Because of the congestion that they're having in certain areas, they did the survey and they see that these traffic lights were needed. So they were placed there. Also, I'm coming back again to the one by the airport roundabout. I know some person is saying, oh, that is hazardous and people are going to get in accident, but if you're concentrating, you must see it. As long as you lose concentration when you're driving, there's where you cause accidents sometimes. And before you meet that barrier, you have arrows there telling you where, if you're going to Kim Collins, you have the arrow there pointing that you go into the barrier and you take that. As long as you go into that and you say, oh shoot, I wanted to go down into town, you cannot just turn over, and that's why the barrier is so high. If you make it lower than that, persons will cross over and you cause accident. So they make it that height because they don't want accident. They're trying to prevent accident. Yes, you're saying, oh, it is too high. But it is that height for a reason.
Okay. The lines are now open, 465-2555, for you to get in with your concerns or questions. And for those of you in the United States or Canada who want to get in on the conversation this morning, you can do so via 718-577-2916. All right, let's take our first call for this morning. You're live.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, GQ. Sinclair Lywood, good morning. Good morning to Sergeant Henry.
Good morning.
Morning to you, sir.
Sarge, I am very pleased to hear you speak of these things so constantly and at least repeating. But that's okay. It's good that you do that. At least it's informing people about the right things to do in the traffic.
Yes.
But this morning you would hear a very happy echo in my voice because I'm pleased about what I saw last night. I am very pleased. I was driving towards the Connery from the roundabout of Central Bank, and when I reached with a bit of road that was done from the roundabout along Kim Collins Highway, I feel like I was on an international road due to the fact of the highway reflectors
Yes, sir.
and the lanes that was painted, the lines on both sides and the center line. People don't have to use the high beam anymore to go on the road because you would agree, and everybody who hear me saying this, the lines of the road painted is of some security and safety for motorists, especially at night. But I am impressed. I am really impressed. But what I saw last night is a reflection of what I speak about Monday morning on the talk show of Win FM. But Sarge, road maintenance are expensive. We all know that. And the road upkeep has to be continually, constantly ongoing. The roads are painted, the signs are painted, the lines are painted in the road. It's better for all of us. And I am happy, I'm very happy. With small, simple syllables, I am impressed of what I saw last night. When we speak of things that is so good that others see, can appreciate the good work all you're doing. And I hope that it continues. Sarge, I want to say thank you. You have a good day, GQ, and I must say thanks for accepting my call and for hearing what I have to say. I thank you all very much and have a good day. Goodbye.
All right,
Thank you, caller. Yes, when you are calling and you are give your concern, we take them into consideration and we go out and we try to make things better for other road users. So that's why it's important for you all to call and give us your observation or whatever you see that need fixing.
Let's take this next call. Good morning. Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning, man.
And good morning, Sarge.
Good morning.
And Sarge, I see why you so close up under the promotion of GQ. GQ is inspector and you're Sarge.
Okay.
Because the way you explain your work, it's only who ain't hearing you can understand how you explain it. And like the first caller, I want to commend you for the way you're doing your work. And when we complain about anything, right away you go and you look at it for yourself and then you make the different adjustments. Now one problem I have now, there's an advertisement that comes on the road say, oh, I told you not to drink so much. I don't think that has any effect on those who are over drinking. And when they over drink, they cause accident for a lot of innocent people. The one who they crash into, and then some people end up in the bed as vegetable. So what I think that police need to do more, step up, especially on the days when people going to spree, and be very, very observant to see who are driving drunk. Because we cannot allow people to be ignorant and put innocent people aside for life. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, caller. Well, when we have holidays and so, yes, police usually be out on the road. So, we usually be out there when they have those kind of things.
Let's take this next call. Good morning, you're live.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Morning, man.
This is Chaps.
Hey, yes,
Anthony
Chaps.
Rollins.
Yes.
Yeah. two things. I must say more than two, but the first one is the other day I heard somebody suggesting on the radio that you put the signs in the middle of the lighting system, right in the middle, so that people could see that you can't turn left or you can't turn right.
Yes, sir.
That's a good suggestion. When I look at it, I was driving the other day and I look at it and I say it would really work if they do that. The next thing is the coming out of Port Zante on the east side. I see a couple of people coming out and turning left along the Bay Road, which there is no left turn there. But people does it all the time, and I would like for y'all to do something about it. I mean, so far nothing has happened, but you never know. Another thing is, I'm a person with a disability, which by now you probably know my voice.
Yes, sir.
The other day, I suggested the other day to put some more
Disabled
no
signs.
parking sign off, make it more visible for persons with disabilities to be able to get parking. The other day I was driving on 4th Street. I had to drive around about 4 or 5 times in order to get parking on the top of 4th Street in order to go to Pancare. And there is somebody parked there who doesn't have a disability, but a vehicle is parked there and for more than the half an hour that you said. Now, I'm not telling you to be rigid with that because, you know, you might jump out your vehicle to go somewhere and come back in a hurry, but then it might take you a little longer than that. So you have to be lenient with that. But then still, if you don't have a disability, do not park there. I mean, if you understand what
Yes,
I'm trying
sir.
to say. And
Yeah, so
also,
correct.
don't forget that I suggested that you put some more disability signs in town, especially close to business places where persons with disabilities can at least try to get into the business place, because for us to park, suppose I want to go to National Bank, I have to park either on the bottom of 4th Street or on the top of 4th Street. Now that's a long walk for me. With a person with a disability, that's a very long walk. And sometimes before you get there, your feet are tired, your hands are tired, because I have a stroke, so I have to walk with a cane. And it's very difficult to get from point A to point B sometimes. So I would like for y'all to do something about things like that, please. And thank you very much for listening, and thanks for your concern.
Thank you, caller.
Yeah, thank you for your call.
Yes, with the signs, I don't want to say I'm going to look into it because some people say, oh, you're saying you're going to look into it. But your concern are noted, sir. And we'll sure look into it. Yes. It is noted, and I'll look into it for you.
All right. 465-2555. Let's take another call. Hello, good morning, you live.
Good morning, Jugu. First time I really call. When we gonna move them 4 big stores in the roundabout and come up with a better plan and a better idea for them stores? Who come up with them big stores? Who come up there with them 4 big stores? They're ugly. I think we could have a better plan. We have people who got brilliant ideas. We need a better plan than the big stores there in the town. Seriously. And a serious note, my lady. I don't know who come up with the plan, because I know one person to just dictate everything and say it must be this way. But I think we need to now move forward. Them big ones, we got engineers, we got people with ideas. Somebody who come up with a better plan than the big ones. So please, to move them big stores. Thank you.
Thank you, caller.
All right. 465-2555, 718-577-2916. Those are the numbers for you to get in if you have a concern or a question for Sergeant Henry as it relates to road and signs. That's what we were talking about this morning. Or maybe you have something else on your mind. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can we get a mirror at the bottom of Law Shaw Avenue? Because when you're coming from Shaw Avenue, you cannot see if you have to turn up the road.
Losha, so you're speaking about on Fort Thomas Road? Losha Avenue, if you come from Losha Avenue.
Cunningham Street.
Cunningham Street.
Yeah.
If you're coming from Cunningham Street, so you're coming down Shaw Avenue, and if you want to turn left or right to go into Cunningham Street.
Yes.
Right. Well, right now we don't have any mirrors, but as soon as we get one, We'll place one day, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
All right, let's take this next call. Thank you for your call. And good morning to you.
Good morning, GQ.
Yes, morning, ma'am.
Yeah, the bypass road, right? Coming from the airport roundabout to Gillard's gas station. The lighting is very poor at night, and they need remarking. The whitening need remarking on the side, and put on cat iron in it. It's very poor at night.
All right, man. Thank you for your observation. Let's take the next call. All right, we lost that caller. And by the way, Sergeant Henry's taking notes. Literally,
Yes, I am.
literally taking notes. Literally taking notes. So do not feel that your suggestions or recommendations are just falling on deaf ears, so to speak. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Eh.
Hey.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Good morning to the sergeant there.
Good morning.
I share that person. You know the person with a disability?
Yes, ma'am.
One thought, sometimes life is what it is. Sometimes you might just have to get somebody to assist you. Because some of the areas are very difficult for parking. I can understand, like parking, stuff like that, National Bank and so. Sometimes it's best to get somebody to probably drop you, and maybe you go in and they come back and pick you up. You know, sometimes you have to work out those sort of things. Wonderful program. Have a great day.
Yes,
Thank you.
ma'am.
Same to
Yes,
you.
and thank you for your suggestion. Thank you for your suggestion. Sometimes we do have to be proactive, and I sense your caution, because it is a sensitive matter, and you do not want to come across as being insensitive either. So something to consider, something to take into consideration as well. Number of issues on the board, Sergeant Henry. You have your work cut out for you this week coming up.
Yes. We have the cricket 60 on the 24th to the 28th. That's next week.
Wednesday.
Right. So the parking restriction will be the same as all the time when we have things at Warner Park. So Victoria Road will be a one-way. You can travel from south to north. On East Park Range is from north to south. The road directly behind NHC and East Park Range, you're only going to be able to travel from west to east. And also no parking going to be on Victoria Road. So both sides will be coned off. And the cones are there, remember I speaking about signs, and they are there to regulate traffic, and you all must adhere to them. So when the cones are down and you go on your park between the cones, your vehicle will be towed. Because when we place the signs, we know what vehicle was there, because we usually put the signs down midnight. So any vehicle parked between the cones after that will be towed. And the towing fee is $200. And I don't think you want to pay $200 for your vehicle to be towed. So you can park above, because the cones will be placed from by the old Basti High School down to Lozak Road on Victoria Road. And on East Park Range from Old Basti High School down to Victoria Road on the western side.
Okay.
And also on the eastern side.
Okay.
From below NHC go down.
Okay.
So no parking will be available on those streets for that day. We also have CPL, which is from the 31st of August to the 4th of September. And the same implementation will be in place for that day. So no parking there also. And let us adhere to the signs. Okay?
All right. Well, we don't have any calls, so I guess it's safe to say we have an early one this morning.
Okay.
So
That's good.
yes. So thank you for being here this morning, and I'll see you next week.
Yes, I just want to thank the callers for calling in. As long as you give your concern and your observation, they are noted, as GQ said. I always take notes, and I go out and I check for myself. So,
And you look into it.
yes. I always look into things, not because I say I look into it. Yes, I look into it, and I make sure things are done.
So you're not just saying it for the sake of.
No. It's
Yeah.
not just an easy thing to say, I'm looking into it.
Yes.
I go and I check into it, and I make sure things are done.
So far, your track record looking good, man.
Yes, thank you.
Indeed.
Okay.
All right, man. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. 9 o'clock report is coming up next.
Too many stunt drivers on the road, man. fire day. Driver, what's your emergency?